I'm Dr. Martina, and today we're going to talk about how to remove phobias so you can lead a life that's free of fear. Now, the fun thing about phobias is that phobias are super, super easy to remove. They're actually one of the easiest things to do. Because you see, phobia is nothing more than a pattern that has been created in your system that is creating an immense sense of fear that is kind of irrational. So when we find out when that pattern was created, we call it the inception point. We find that very first time that this pattern of fear was created, and we remove or heal that pattern in that moment, the phobia is gone. Now, phobias can either come from this life, past life, or they have been inherited to you, so you've taken them on from one of your ancestors. Those are the only three kind of points of where this can come from, actually where anything can come from. Any pattern was either created in the past life, in this life, or you got it from an ancestor. Now, how we know that is that because it is an imprint in our DNA. And when our DNA is imprinted with something that is no longer useful to us, so it's a dysfunctional pattern, it's our job to find out, where was it created? And what does that person need? So what resources do they need to be able to erase that pattern and heal themselves? So when we, for instance, take a phobia, I had a fun phobia with a kid who had an absolute phobia of getting on a bus. No thing on earth would make this kid get on a bus. Now, this was pretty difficult because this boy was just going to school and was supposed to get on a school bus. But the moment he would even see a bus, he would freak out. So the inception point for that phobia, I found out, was a past life. Now, you don't need to believe in past lives, nor did this 7-year-old child need to believe in past lives to be able to get this treatment. And within just 15 minutes, I was able to clear this phobia of buses for him by taking him back to that past life where he was, interestingly enough, a bunny. And now I didn't make up this story, but this boy even told me this story. So I connected him to what I call the quantum field, or this higher information. And then this little boy started telling me about a story of a bunny who was at nighttime trying to find his burrow and couldn't find it. And in that life, that bunny had died in the night in the forest because he didn't find his way home. So what I did was I helped him clear that pattern in that past life so that he would go through and come out healed. And the phobia in this life was gone. The next day he got on the bus and is now, I think he's now about 17, travels all over the world, is totally free of phobias. That is one example, for instance. Then there's another example I have from a woman who was terrified of mice, absolutely terrified of mice. So there, the inception point was actually in this life where she was a little kid and had found a dead mouse in a mouse trap as, I think, about a 2-year-old. That was the inception point for her. So we did a treatment on that incident in this life as a 2-year-old finding this dead mouse, phobia gone. So phobias are really, really simple because it's just a pattern in the system that's dysfunctional. And if you find out when it was created, heal it right there and then, it's done.
So what does it look like then when someone would join the crystalline coaching community? How would they get assistance and feedback if they have a specific phobia?
Well, the great thing about the crystalline coaching community is that we have the possibility of having hot seats. So if someone has a very specific problem like a phobia, then we would take that person on in our group coaching calls. And then it just takes about 20 minutes, half an hour max, of a one-on-one strategic coaching to help them clear that phobia. And that we do with many different tools because it's so specific on the person and the phobia of what they need then. So I can't give a general rule of what we do with phobias because it's so different for every person. But phobias or these issues that someone has that are very specific to them are great for hot seats. And additionally, in the crystalline coaching community, we have the power of the group. So what we've noticed is that when our members post, for instance, an issue that they're struggling with, they'll have 50 people coming in giving their advice and giving their support as well. And that already shifts a lot because don't forget, we have in our crystalline coaching community a lot of coaches and therapists themselves. So we're really tapping into many, many more resources than just, a one-on-one coaching from one coach.
Hmm. Well, thank you so much. This is Dr. Joy Martina, and she heads up the Crystalline Coaching Community. And if you're dealing with a fear or a phobia, you might want to check out the Crystalline Coaching Community monthly membership. You can get more information below or visit crystalline.com.